What's next with the Greater Toronto Area real estate market? What's going to happen with the real estate prices? This is a conversation I've been having with tons of my clients and with my colleagues at my office like Water Cooler Talk. And today I want to have the same conversation with you. 2022 prices shot out of a cannon. They were a runaway train and they were going up in prices that we just knew could not be sustainable. You just know this can't go forever. The last 40-year average price point has gone up 7% every year. The last decade has been 10% every year. But we're seeing prices go up 10, 20, 30% year over year in the last 1 to 2 years. This just wasn't going to last forever, and now the Bank of Canada has raised their rates and they're talking about raising them again a few times, and Ontario lifting their mandates, allowing people to do things more freely. And now that we head into April through the month of March, this is the time of the year that we typically see the most amount of properties listed on the market. In fact, something interesting is that 70% of all the properties that I track happen to be listed in the first 6 months of the year. Yes, as you may have already noticed, I am in my office here in Brampton. I get asked this question frequently in the comments below, so I'm going to address it now. I have my video set up here for all my YouTube videos. I do my Zoom calls with clients, trainings with colleagues here. I just find that when I have a space dedicated to my business in my house, I'm able to serve my clients in a more effective way and focus on my business a lot better. If you've been watching all my real estate videos and if you've been liking what you hear and what you see, if you can subscribe to my channel, that would be great. It would be very much appreciated if you throw a like on this video. It helps the algorithm on YouTube show this content to more awesome people like you. And as we're heading into the playoffs of the real estate market, right? The spring market is like the playoffs. It's when things get really serious here in the Greater Toronto Area. If you're thinking about making a move or simply want to stay where you are and chat about real estate, the link in the description below, you could book a call with me directly for a buyer consultation, seller consultation, or simply to chat about the real estate market. I've kind of gone away from just reading out stats in my videos because I find that it's a bit boring, but I have an interesting stat for you for the month of February. First of all, our average price is now over $1.3 million. Like, we blew right by it year over year, over 27% increase. Like I said in my previous videos, this is just not sustainable. It just cannot last like this forever at the rate it's going up at. And it feels like we're going to get a bit of a calmer market in the near future. And this is a good thing, but it's not like we're going from a seller's market to a buyer's market or a seller's market to a balanced market. It's really just like we're going from an extreme seller's market to a typical seller's market. Offer dates aren't always working on every property anymore. We're starting to see price changes. We're starting to see terminated listings. And this is a start to a healthy market on the horizon. I wish I had a crystal ball to tell you exactly how things are going to play off in the rest of the year, but unfortunately I don't. But what I can do is tell you exactly what I'm seeing in the market currently. Now, looking back at the stats, something interesting that I've been tracking for the last 5 years is that 70% of the homes in the year always sell in the first 6 months of the year. And this year, we've noticed that 41% of all the properties that have sold have been detached homes in the Greater Toronto Area. And for the first time in history, an average detached home here in the 416 area code sold for over $2 million in February. Now, not too long ago, the average price was $1.5 million, and now this property sold for over $2 million. The rate that these prices are going up from where they were to where they are just can't last forever, and there has to be some type of hovering of prices where things just cool off for a bit. I do think this is going to happen in specific segments of the market where we just see more growth than the others. Condos have not seen as much of an appreciation, and I think this year will be the year of condos, simply because the gap between detached homes and condos used to be $1 million, and now it's $1.2 million. As this gap gets larger, the condo prices will be more affordable to people and result in more appreciation. This applies not just to condos, but all homes that fall in the bottom end of the price bracket. Saying all this does not mean that the condos or first-time buyer price points have not seen appreciation in the last little while. These properties used to be 600,000 just a year ago, and now they're sitting at anywhere between 800,000. So there has been significant growth, but I do think now we're going to see a higher acceleration in prices than we did before. I know from speaking to our team with all our listings coming up in the market and speaking to colleagues and other top people in the industry, we are going to have an influx of inventory coming into the market in the near future, especially after the spring break. I would keep a close eye on your daily search going into April, because you're going to see a lot more results pop up than you're probably used to. And this is a good thing. Having more inventory will cause the prices to hover a little bit, which is what a lot of us have wanted for a long time. I actually think February sale prices are at the highest price point that we will see for the entire year. That doesn't mean the prices are going to drop off, but rather hover at that high price point and won't necessarily cool off or accelerate at a faster pace anymore. Now that travel is a thing and vaccine passports are no longer required in Ontario, masks are coming off in the next few months, I think we're going to go back to what we thought was normal life before COVID. When these things happen, we don't need to obsess over real estate, stocks, or crypto. We should just live our lives, because this is a good thing. The amped up demand and heat over the years is finally cooling off and we can breathe. Now, as a seller or buyer, you don't have to ask yourself why you are selling or why you are buying, or why you think you might not get into the market if you don't buy now, or if you sell now you would make the most amount of money because of how the prices are going up, but rather make that decision because you actually need to do it. I'd love to know what you think is going to happen in the rest of the year. As we know, we're heading into the spring market, which is the time the most amount of properties historically have traded. I think the spring market has already happened in February and we just didn't know it was happening. I still think the lower price points like condos and other homes under 800,000 are going to see a rapid growth in prices compared to other segments in the market. I think detached homes at the higher end of the price point are likely going to hover at that price and just stay consistent, because this market and the rate at which we were going up at was just not sustainable. There are a lot of great reasons to enter the market. There are a lot of reasons not to enter the market as well. But whatever the reason may be, don't base it based on what's happening in the world or in your life necessarily today. Think long term. Think in the future. This is going to set you up for the long-term thinking that you should be doing to have the life that you want down the road. As always, I appreciate you watching this video. I hope you found some value in what you saw today. Throw in the comments below what you think is going to happen, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh, and I almost forgot, my name is Sid Chandra, and we provide results that move you.